Fam, what is up with the squad? It's your favorite RT with Uncle Tendencies in the building with special guest Coach Dre from RobDaManMedia's channel, co-host over there. Coach Dre, appreciate you pulling up with us. How you doing today, fam?
I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. Blessed and highly favored. Can't complain at all.
Oh man, listen. We done a couple shows together, talking Colorado Buffs, talking Coach Prime. Just absolutely, really, just happy to have you on the show today. You've been in the game. You've been in the game a long time. Tell us a little bit about yourself before we get started.
Uh, uh, I'm Coach Dre. My real name is Andre Bradford. I coach here at Eastside High School in Gainesville, Florida. Uh, I've been coaching since, let's say, the early 2000s. Um, I've got a plethora of kids in college right now. The biggest name that most people will know is I coach Anthony Richardson, who played at the University of Florida right now, is the Indianapolis Colts starting quarterback. I have a few kids right now at FAMU. I have a kid, Ryan Nolan. If you follow Texas State football, he's one of their top safeties right now. Um, like I say, I'm just a nobody trying to bless somebody. I'm not a big name. I'm not nobody, to go run home and tell somebody about. I'm just somebody that's found his purpose in helping these young men trying to achieve their goals.
Oh man, I appreciate you pulling up with us today, man, and dropping some of these jewels on us, man. Like so, I mean, coach is here. He didn't give you his resume, so y'all know he a subject matter expert. We got him up here. We got him up here for about an hour. Let's rock. Coach, you've been in the game a long time. We seeing a lot of stuff here in this NIL era where people jumping into transfer portal, all of that. When did you first realize that college sports was really turning into like just a full blown business?
Well, this is what I think a lot of people fail to realize is it's been a business. It's just out in the open now.
Mhm.
That's all it is. This has been a business since I was in school. Uh, Maybe sometimes if you listen to, I know you do basketball, all the smoke podcast. If you listen to when Vernon Maxwell told you how much, like this has been a business. It's just out in the open because what was happening was these universities were getting paid millions of dollars off of these young men's backs. So now it was just the opportunity for the young men, and the young men wasn't receiving any money back. Y'all making millions of dollars, especially if you was a star. Like just say here in Gainesville, Tim
Mhm.
Tebow wasn't in the NIL era, but every jersey that Florida had, it was a number 15. So
Oh,
all
absolutely.
so they made millions. Like you can see, they made millions of dollars off of just selling that jersey. Yes, it didn't have TV on the back, and they made it seem like you were just buying a University of Florida football jersey, but everybody know you was buying that jersey because of Tebow. So this has been a business. It's just out in the open now, and now it's you got people using young men like they shouldn't, like they never been before. Like when it was
Mm.
a business back then, it was backdoor meetings with just parents and kids. But now these young men can go get agents. They got agencies. They got your home. They got your local uncle from the neighborhood saying he can work a deal and this, that, and other. So it's just become out in the open. When back in the day it was back behind the door. But college football has always been a business and it's always been driven by the money.
Mhm. Okay. So, what's the one thing you think? I mean, even and now it's out in the open, right? It's no more backdoor stuff. It's out in the open. People cutting their deals in front of everybody. What's the one thing that you think families and these student athletes still get wrong about the recruiting process today?
This is the biggest things for parents. I'll talk to parents first. You need to be the person involved.
Hmm.
It's a lot of single mothers who are raising these young men and they don't have any father figures. And so, like you say, maybe your uncle, your brother, or this, that, and the other. If you're a parent, you need to be in those meetings. You need to be listening to what's going on, and y'all need to be making the best decision for your son, not just financially, but for his lifestyle. And this is the biggest thing. we have to protect these young men, and we have to teach them more than just money. Because right now, that's what you see. Hey, go get the bag. Hey, the bag, the bag. Oh, they offering this, they offering this. Again, a kid from what I consider apartments. Yeah, you can give a kid $100,000. That $100,000 gone real quick because he from the apartments. All of
Mm-hmm.
a sudden, now you got the most money in your household. You paying bills. You doing this. You doing that. Some of these kids are hitting the portal because they for necessity, not because they want to. They hitting it because of necessity, because they don't win and racked up bills, and now they gotta pay them. And now this school, now you ain't come to this school and do what you were supposed to do, and now this school not paying you what you thought they were doing. That's why you start to hear people say these young men need contracts and stuff because, again, this is not, they're not, there's nothing signed to say I got to give you this. That's why you see kids leaving certain schools because they done got you there, promised you this, and then when you get there, you're not getting it. So the biggest thing for parents is you need to be involved in everything that's going on with your child. Don't let no agent come here and tell you, sit in the back room, let him do the talking. That's your child.
Mm-hmm.
And you need to be in on everything that's going on with your child. If you don't believe it, ask Lamar Jackson. Go ask his mom. She didn't let nobody talk for her and her child. And even now in the NFL, she doesn't let anyone else speak for her and her child. They speak for them. So you need to be informed, and you need to find out who really around you for the benefit for the what's best for your child and not for what they can benefit. I'll say that again. You need to find out who around your child for the best, who has the best interest for your child and not for their benefit. And I think that's where a lot of parents go wrong.
Got you, got you. And I say, yeah, Lamar mom. They talked a lot of trash about Lamar mom, but at the end of the day, she got the deal done. They even tried to bully him into taking one of their agents, and I know sometimes these parents may feel like they're not informed enough to sit at those tables, or they don't have the words or the experience or the knowledge. Is there a certain place that you suggest that they should go and get that knowledge, or how do they stay informed to make sure that they are, you know what I'm saying, making the best guided decisions in these meetings?
Again, I know because I'm a Colorado guy, people don't want to hear this, but Coach Prime has been showing y'all when he had Coach Rispers here. He got Coach Risp to start a YouTube channel, and he broke this stuff down brick by brick, what it should look like. He broke it down brick by brick, and nobody wants to listen because it's got to be. Nobody wants to hear the positive stuff. Everybody. We gravitate towards negativity. We
Mm-hmm.
gravitate towards the BS instead of when
Mm-hmm.
somebody's trying to give you the game and give it up for free. Coach Risk was giving it up for free. I hope he hasn't taken it down. If he hasn't, go to Coach Riz. Coach Riz on. Look him up on YouTube. He has some great videos on letting athletes know, letting parents know what people are looking for with the recruiting process, how the recruiting process goes. But it's a lot of good people that's going out. But if they're not a big name, people push them aside and, oh, he don't know nothing. Oh, how would he know? He ain't been there. Well, a lot of people have been in rooms. They just, people small.
Oh, we lost you, Coach Dre. Give Coach Dre a minute to come back. See what's going on in the chat while we let Coach Dre reconnect. Right was good. Lawana Peoples was good. Yeah, this topic, this one of the ones I'm waiting on right here. Groovy, I
That,
appreciate
but
y'all
again,
pulling
that's
up.
something that needs to go on right now. You have to train a
Uh
child
oh,
not.
Coach, we just lost him all the way now. He had to come back. D Lee, what's happening? Mr. Shake My Hand in the building. What's good? Y'all run them lights up. Be like Lamar mom. Yeah, Lamar mom. Week after week after week, they act like Lamar wasn't gonna get the money. They act like she wouldn't know how to negotiate the contract. Okay, Coach Dre back. Coach Dre, we missed so much knowledge you was dropping. You was going in and out.
Yeah. I'm probably was in a bad area. Go ahead. I'm back.
Okay. We if you want to sum up what you was with the knowledge you was dropping, we missed all of that.
So like I say, at the end of the day, I just want, like I say, Coach Riz had something, but just ask questions. When you go into those meetings, don't let them big talk y'all, and parents, don't let them use big words. Ask questions. No question is a wrong question when you talk about your child. No question is the wrong question. Again, I do advise you to seek help. But again, when you're seeking help, you need to find out, are they there to seek what they can get, or are they there to help you and your child? Because it's a lot of people that just preying on parents and good athletes to make themselves come up, and that's not what you need. You need to, but like I say, no question is the wrong question.
I love it. So I got a question from the chat. If you know, do they provide financial literacy for these kids? Like, do they know to break down the taxes and investment and how to multiply or compound their money? Can you speak to that at all, Coach?
A lot of them they don't. That's again, it goes back to Coach Prime, Fran Brown, them trying to get this together so they can teach these kids this, because a lot of them don't. They don't know financial literacy. They don't understand that they're gonna have to pay taxes on this money, that they're gonna have to do this and they're gonna have to do that, and if I go get this, they don't. And so that's why I told you $100,000 ain't really $100,000 when you
Mm-hmm.
really break it down and when you get to the nuts and bolts of it, it's not. So no, it's not. They're not teaching these kids that in high school, you because it really need to be getting taught in high school, and then they're definitely not teaching it in college because they don't want these kids to understand what's going on. They just want them to know, hey, here goes some money, go play, and that's not the facts of life of what needs to go on. So no, they're not really providing that.
Okay. Wow. And so again, it's something that it's something. I mean, we got all of these resources at our fingertips. You just got to be able to identify the resources that you trust. It sounds like, and ask the questions that you need, and keep asking questions until you're comfortable with the answers or your understanding of what's taking place. And don't a lot of times I feel like these kids are rushed. How much time do they actually have to make these decisions? Do you have to make a decision before you leave the campus if you're on a visit? Can you take some time away? How does that? What does that look like?
So I can only use for my son right now. My son's an upcoming senior. We're on the recruiting trail. Um, no, they can't make you do anything.
Mm-hmm.
Now, can they say, hey, this if you don't commit right? So what you do is you're right. They are pressured because what happens is they do say, hey, if you don't take the offer right now, we're gonna take this off the table, or this is what we're offering right now. It might not be the same offer as later. You get what I'm saying? Because they gonna
Right.
use something else. So,
Mm-hmm.
but no, they're not rushed. You have until that national signing day, or even up to right now, you can sign at any time. But it's
Okay.
the ball is in the school's court. How long they're gonna keep the offer on the table? So the offer
Okay.
might.
I think we lost Coach Trey audio again. Miracle Rider was good. Michelle, aka 85 Fly, what's going on? Appreciate y'all pulling up. We'll wait for Coach Dre to come back. I think we got him on. Look like he on mute right now. But
No,
we
I'm
just
back.
we just chop. Okay,
I'm back.
okay. So I was asking now, how many of the college ballers are accepting shares in the company they endorse as opposed to the cash? Do you know? Can you speak to that? That's a great question. I don't even know if that's an option out there. I guess it's something you can negotiate.
I guess it's something you can negotiate. I don't really know about the revenue share. I really don't. I know it's new. It's just coming about. It's a way to kind of
Hmm.
even out the playing field for the little schools to go with the. It's going to never be an even playing field with the big schools. Um,
Hmm.
the big schools are going to always win out. The big schools are going to
Okay.
always win out. But that does, again, this is what I especially on Rob's channel, we always push this. Just because they have the most money don't mean they winning the most games.
Okay.
Texas
And that's
A&M
fair.
Texas A&M been buying players for years. It hasn't produced a SEC championship. It hasn't produced a national championship. So just because you're paying out money, it doesn't mean anything. And then, especially at certain schools, the boosters are running the school. So some of these coaches don't even have full control of their universities. Their boosters have control of their universities because they're the ones paying the big bucks. So you have to look into all. You have to look into all of that. But that's why I keep telling people, don't chase the bag. Coach Prime
Mm-hmm.
tell you that all the time. Don't chase the bag. Let the bag chase you. If you as good as you say you are, they'll come find you. The money will find you. They'll understand what your worth is. So don't just always chase it. Now I understand that money is a very essential, but I think
Yes.
we put so much onto it to where, and then again, these kids automatically become the breadwinner in their house. You got parents quitting, like Coach Brown told y'all. His parents quitting their job because this kid done went out and got 200-300 million, or he getting a certain amount of money, and now the weight of the world weighs on these kids' shoulders. The weight of the
Mm-hmm.
world is weighing on this kid's shoulders now because everybody's depending on him and what he's doing.
I'm
And
sure that makes a different kind of pressure though for a kid on
it,
Friday night or Saturday night, other than just going out and trying to win for the school. Shoot, the lights got to stay on, the mortgage got to get paid,
all that.
my grades got to stay up. That's a lot of pressure
That
on a 19, 18,
a
19,
19.
20 year
That's
old.
what I tell people. People tell me all the time, "Oh, Dre, you ain't Coach Dre. You ain't keeping it real. You ain't bad." What I'm bashing kids for? You don't know what these kids going through. You don't know their
Mm-hmm.
circumstance. You don't know what they dealing with. Again, they have become the breadwinner in their family. Not because and their parents, both of their parents could work, they could make good money, but not the kind of money this kid talking about making.
Mm-hmm.
And now, again, like you say, they depending on his check to pay this and pay that, and that's why coach tell kids don't get satisfied. Always be pushing because that's a lot of them kids. If you ask them their why and you ask them to write it down, hey, I gotta help my mama. I gotta help my family. I gotta take care of my brothers and sisters. I gotta.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm doing. You hear Travis Hunter? Hey man, hey, I'm doing this for my family, man. My brothers and sisters, they gonna be straight. And that's what it all boils down to. But it's a lot of pressure, and then that's why you see a high suicide rate in athletes now because it's a lot of pressure. It's a lot being put on these young kids' plate to to perform. It's a lot putting on these young kids' plate to perform.
I didn't even realize about the high suicide rate. That's something that I definitely want to look more into. That's startling. To think that these kids is out there committing suicide behind this money in these sports. Man, that's tragic. I mean, it's tragic for people
I
to
mean,
commit suicide at all. But
I'm just saying
wow.
because we're so. When I was coming up,
Hmm.
if something happened, it wasn't no phones and people taking pictures of it. It happened, right? And if somebody was there,
Sure.
you get what I'm saying. But nowadays, and this goes to adults. I ain't really talking to children. The first thing people do when they see something going on dumb is they pick their phone up,
Hmm.
they record it, and now it's on Facebook, it's on TikTok, it's on Instagram, and you can't shake videos, right? With
Oh
anything,
yeah.
you can't shake videos, domestic violence, all that good stuff. You can't shake that. And which that kind of stuff, domestic violence and stuff, shouldn't be hidden. But these young men are going through so much, and then you got to understand, you go from being the man to just being a kid on the team. Everybody don't
Hmm.
come to be a Travis Hunter. Everybody don't come in and be a Shador Sanders. Everybody. So I'm coming from where I've been the man since I touched the football field.
Right.
And
It's a
if
lot of
you don't
growing up to take place.
right again, and if you don't humble these kids now, they get to college and they don't know how to take it. That's another reason why you see a lot of kids jump in the transfer portal. It's because it's not.
Hmm.
It's because they're used to being the guy. I'm not the. Oh, you telling me I ain't gonna be the guy no more?
But
I
I
ain't.
mean, shouldn't that be a conversation that they have it coming in the door? Like, you shouldn't have to transfer. You should know coming in the door that you either gonna be the guy
But
or got to earn the right to be the guy or something.
but what I'm telling you is, on my bad day, I'm still the best player.
Mm-hmm.
On my bad day, I'm still the guy.
Mm-hmm.
If I show up late, see in high school, well, not at my high school, but at most high school, when you the guy, them high school coaches, especially in a place like a Texas or a Georgia, them guys really make big money to coach high school football.
Mm-hmm.
And if you the star, and I know I'm the star, if you haven't brought this kid up since he was a freshman to understand that there's rules to this, there's levels to this, oh, he goes out and thinks he the man. Johnny Manziel, for instance, if y'all go watch his documentary. He said, man, didn't nobody tell me nothing in high school. I was the guy.
Mm-hmm.
When I got to college, I'm gonna be the guy. But now you go somewhere and it's on your team. It might have been 5 good players, right? Now everybody on your team is good, and now it's not just about the stuff on the football field. It's about the other stuff off the football field that can hold you back and not make you good as this guy. And like you say, now I'm just chasing to see who gonna kiss my butt and who gonna just let me play because of what I did in high school. No, when you just like next week, we got a group of 8th graders coming in. They start practicing with us in high school. I don't care. The first thing I'm gonna tell them when they get in there, I don't care nothing about what you did in middle school. Don't come tell me nothing. You got to
Mm-hmm.
prove it here. You got to show me what you can do here. It's big boy high school football, not middle school football. Do I agree? I think you're gonna be a good football player. Yeah, you could, but I'm just not finna hand it to you. I'm just not finna hand it to you. And a lot of these kids, that's what they're looking for. They're looking for hand. And when it gets tough, if you look at the transfer portal, 8 out of the 10 people that, like 8 out of 10 of them, they done been in there before. It's a lot of them is kids that's done be recycled, who done already transferred before, and freshmen that, like I say, they just got on campus. They realize, hey, I thought it was gonna be, oh, I thought I was gonna be coming here and be right in the rotation. I'm gonna be, and they realize that, hey, I ain't as good, and I'm leaving.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's the day and age we live in. But again, when you old school like me, I don't go for that. You got to show me what you can do, and that's why I love Coach Prime so much, because he from the show me state. Yeah, you're a great football player. Yeah, it's this and that, but you got to come in and show it, because you just talking about it. You can talk a good game, but can you play it? I can't rely on just you telling me that. And again, yes, it's discussed. That's one of the main questions that recruits ask coach. Well, where am I going to be on the depth chart? And you know what? A lot of coaches lie to kids. Oh yeah, you're
You
gonna be
said
in
they
the.
out there lying to the kid about the depth chart.
They lie, hey, oh, they gonna do anything to get you there. Oh yeah, you're gonna be in the rotation. You're gonna be this. You're gonna be that. One thing I
Well,
like
see, I don't
about
see the benefit of that though, Coach. I don't see the benefit of lying to get you there if you're gonna be miserable once you get there and ain't doing what I said you was, and you're
again,
not getting what I promised you.
again, I guarantee you, if you really sat down, if we took 100 kids out of some of these big schools and asked them, is this really what they want it to be? They'll tell you no.
Mm-hmm. Mm.
I'm here because of the
Wow.
bag. I'm here because of this. I'm here because of that. But this is school I really wanted to come to? No.
And I see y'all in the chat saying, "Look what's going on with the Tennessee quarterback. His handlers have created a mess." I don't know
And
enough about what happened with him.
okay, so
Other than,
so he was a freshman last year. He came in, he did his thing in the SEC, no doubt.
mm-hmm.
Again, now that you have, and so everybody talks about tampering. Well, it's not. It's
Mm-hmm.
going to be tampering all the time now, because schools don't have the tampering rule. Only states that you can't talk to that kid directly. It doesn't say you can't talk to it. Now you let these guys get agents and handlers and all this stuff, so the schools
Right.
can talk agent and the handler. They just can't talk to the kid. So they're saying that before the bowl game, he said that the price was going up. That, hey,
Okay.
he made $2 million last year.
Okay.
It's a few quarterbacks like Carson Beck who went to Miami. They say he gonna make 4 this year at Miami. So he felt like he was as good as Carson Beck,
Okay.
is what I'm hearing. So I think I
Okay.
deserve $4 million.
Okay.
So now all it takes is for one person to hear it. So now somebody call in, hey man, we got 4 million. Oh, you got 4 million. So what you did
Mm-hmm.
was you went to Tennessee, and which I'm gonna tell you, I give Tennessee coach.
Uh-oh. We lost Coach Dre right on the good part.
Chess, you here?
I can hear
Hello.
you say
Okay.
you yeah, we can hear you say you give Tennessee coach what?
I give him a lot of kudos because what the quarterback did probably say, hey coach, I got offers for $4 million. I got offers. Is y'all gonna be able to give me 4 million? So he negotiating with Tennessee to see if he can get it from Tennessee because that's probably where he wanted to be. But hey, these people saying they're gonna give me $4 million.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, when you didn't get it, you didn't come to practice the next day. Josh Heupel will say, well, that's fine, you done. Don't worry about it. You go ahead, hit the transfer portal, whatever. You ain't finna hold me hostage for $4 million.
Mm-hmm. All right.
But it comes down to people contacting his handlers, asking his handlers, would he leave? Jeremiah Smith, for instance, at Ohio
Mm-hmm.
State,
Mm-hmm.
it's reported that schools offered him $5 million just to enter the portal. Not to say that they were coming to their school, just to say you gonna go in the portal, just to leave Ohio State. Because again, a lot of these teams are just trying the same thing like we say with Colorado. People just want to take kids off of Colorado teams just Colorado's not good. So I'll offer these guys from Colorado a lot of money just to leave.
Mm-hmm.
And so when they do that, that's why I say you have to teach these kids financial literacy. You have to teach them loyalty. You have to teach them respect because this is not the way of the world. Dion tells you that all
So
the time. This is not the way of the world. But these kids get this false narrative, and then now you got a bunch of kids that think this is the way of the world, and it's not.
so does the transfer portal actually empower the player or is it creating instability in the game? What are we getting
It's a
from
little
the
bit
from
of
the
both.
transfer portal?
A little bit of both. Well, the big reason why this really happened was because coaches were doing it, right? So before the NIL came about, kids would be stuck at a school and now the coach would come along and somebody would offer him a bigger amount of money to come coach their team and they'd leave. And
Mm-hmm.
back then kids couldn't leave. So the kid would be stuck at this university thinking he coming to play for a coach. Now let me tell your people this. Don't never believe that these kids are coming to the school to play for that school. Oh, it's just a great school. Every now and then you'll find that most of the kids are coming to play for the coach.
Mm,
Right? We all know that most
got
of
you.
the kids coming to Colorado right now, they coming to play for Deion Sanders. When they was coming to the University of Alabama, they was coming to play for Nick Saban. When they're going to
Mm-hmm.
Ohio State, they going to play for Ryan. They like Ryan Day, or they like the coaching staff. It's not so much about the school, right? But these
Okay.
coaches that you done got to come into your house and say that he's gonna be here for 4 years, well, now this other school done came along, and the money got outrageous. Like Jimbo Fisher, he was the head coach at Florida State. Florida State had won a national championship. The same Texas A&M I told you that was paying all the money for the players. Hey Jimbo, we'll give you 10 years, 100 and something $1 million. Okay, I'm gonna go to Texas A&M. Now all the kids at Florida State are stuck at Florida State because then there wasn't a transfer portal, there was no rule, and if you did try to leave, you had to sit out a year. So that used to be the old transfer portal rule. That yeah, you could transfer
Mm-hmm.
to somewhere else, but they made you sit out a year, right?
Right.
But the
Uh-huh.
coaches, there was no penalty for the coaches. So hey, now that's why that main rule is when a coach leaves, the transfer portal opens for that team for 30 days because they understand that these kids didn't come to play for this university.
Right.
They came to
So
play for that coach.
outside of the coach leaving, then do you think that the NCAA should limit the number of portal transfers?
I think that's what they should do. I said that
Mm.
from the jump. I think that it should be a limit of two, unless your coach leaves. Because we're not teaching these young men anything, letting these kids. It's kids done been in the portal done been in college 3 years, done been in the portal each year. What is that
Mm-hmm.
kid learn? What is that
Great
kid learn?
point.
You get what I'm saying? So there has to be something put on this to stop them. Because if you don't, it's gonna just get worse and worse. Now again, so here's the one thing about the SEC. So this is what the SEC did. So in the winter portal, you can go from SEC school to SEC school. But
Mm-hmm.
what if you're on that spring roster,
Mm-hmm.
you can't transfer to a, so the kids that leave a SEC school, they can't go to another SEC school. So you won't see a kid going from Florida to Texas. You won't see a kid going from Texas to Georgia, from Georgia to Tennessee. That's a rule that they instated in their conference. And I
Mm-hmm.
think you're going to see more of that start happening until the NCAA comes up with a better rule placement.
Okay.
Now yes, it empowers the kid, but it doesn't. Coach Loxley from Maryland said it's bad when the third string running back who got 2 carries on my team come and sit in my office in the meeting, in the exit meeting, and say, "Hey, coach, it's gonna take $1,000 for me to stay, or I'm hitting the transfer portal." A lot of these kids, that's all they want to talk about. And like Dion tells them, "Hey, if you come here for money, I don't know what you're talking about." But that's the blunt of a lot of these young men conversation now. And what the money looking like, coach? What you gonna be able to offer me? What you gonna be able to bring me? And
Mm.
you haven't done anything for the university, and that's why sometimes you see some of these star athletes leave these programs because they're making lesser money than the incoming high school kid that hasn't done anything for your university. I done been here, done played for your university. If your university winning, I might be one of the main reasons why you're winning. But you going out and giving this high school kid all this money. Well, I'm gonna go somewhere else where somebody gonna value me.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, it's a slippery slope either way you play it. I just think like I said, it needs to be rules to it. And another reason why I love Coach Prime is where else do you see the kids that's walk-ons getting NIL deals and getting money and making sure they eat, making sure they get the same thing that the other kids do? And there's not many places that do that. There's not many places that do that, if any. But they're really focused on the kids, the guys that's starting, the big name 4 and 5 star athletes and things of that nature. And the walk-on kids are the kids that really need the money the most because
Mm.
they're still paying for these you scholarship athletes ain't paying for school. But I do agree all kids deserve something. They deserve because the school is making millions of dollars off of these young men, so they do deserve something. But you gotta try to rein this thing in, or it's gonna become the wild. Well, it's already the wild west. It's gonna be an earthquake or a tornado or a hurricane after a while.
Some gonna level everything off. Now, okay, and I see y'all in the chat saying now the Tennessee coach said that to bounce, this kid's handlers now they looking for a new team, and the price is less than what he was making at Tennessee so far. Is what he being offered?
Well, again,
That's
again,
wild.
that's what I told you. Coaches lie, right? No, he don't found a new team. He going to UCLA, and I think UCLA don't give
Okay.
him $4 million, but he's from California. But
Uh
coaches
huh.
lie, teams lied, and so when he jumped in the portal, and then when it came, then the story became a bad story, and people was bashing it. Then teams started backing off from it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no, 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 no. We can't have this kind of press. No, we're gonna back off from it. It's okay. So it, like that's why I told you it's gotta be more to why you leave in school than just the bag. I understand money is a part of it, but that can't be your
Mm-hmm.
end all be all because it'll mess you up every time. And
Yeah, because
I
at some
go ahead.
at some point it sounds like you saying you sacrificing your growth and development for the bag. Like you may be leaving the
You
best
are,
coach or the best
you are.
opportunity that you got to develop as a player to to get to the next level for the money right here. And especially in football, I don't understand why you would risk your these kids sign in the NFL first round players. They make 20 million, 25 million, 30 million, 35 million first year. Is the 4 million really that important? Oh, because you could go pro at the end of this season, right? And make 20, 30 million right off the top.
Well, this is the thing. So remember, back when I was coming up, this was the big thing. Draft picks is the same thing like I was just saying with the kids that's already there. The draft picks were coming in. If you especially if you was a quarterback getting drafted first round, those guys were getting paid the most. They were getting the biggest contracts in NFL history. The rookie.
Right.
So now they have a rookie wage scale. So the most a rookie can sign his first year contract is a first rounder is I think like five years, 30 million. So $5 million.
Okay.
So it'll be like $5 million a year.
Okay.
So it's like a kid like Shador Sanders. Shador probably made more than that last year, right?
I can see
Travis
that.
Hunter
Okay.
with his endorsements and whatever. But now what you think? Now what you come to find out is that those guys took no money from the University of Colorado. That they paid into the collective so they could get other players. Who doing that? What other kids doing that? But nobody talks about what them kids did. You bash these kids and talk about them bad. But these kids didn't take a dime from the University of Colorado collective. Because they had so many deals. And that's what Dion is doing. The name, image, and likeness in the revenue share is something totally different. Name, image, and likeness is a business. So let's just say if we a big name podcast and we want to help the University of Colorado. Hey, we gonna sponsor Cash Cleveland for his name, image, and likeness. We gonna put him on our brand. We gonna put him on our, he gonna be on T-shirts with CessSports and this, that, and other. We're paying him for that. That has nothing to do with what the people are putting in the collective. That has nothing to do with what people are putting in the collective and paying kids. That's just what he's getting.
Right.
Right? And so that's what Coach Prime is really doing. He's really getting these guys' name, image, and likeness deals.
So with the name, image, and likeness deals, oh no, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
No, because I wanted. So is the name, image, and likeness deal? Is that what was actually being used to level the playing field, or is that still just the rich programs getting richer? Like, can you really level the playing field with the name, image, likeness deals?
You can't, because Texas got all kind of money. Everybody got a business. So when you talking about, it's not gonna never be even, because you got Texas. They got Matthew McConaughey on the sideline. He's one of the biggest actors in America. You get what I'm saying? So it's gonna never be even. But what you can do is like what Dion is doing. Is I got businesses. Everybody want to be part of Dion Sanders and the brand. So hey, I can get some of my guys in a commercial. They got all kind of car dealerships around Colorado. Hey, these guys, they in local commercials and stuff like that, and they getting paid they getting paid for that. And then now they get paid. They making jerseys. Like you can get a jersey with that guy's name on the back. Well, half of that money goes to that kid, goes to that young man. And so when they come out with their own brand, that's how you help support them and help them keep money in their pocket when you buy their stuff. So that's the name, image, and likeness. If them using, that's what name, image, and likeness. You using my name, me, the person, or the likeness of me. So that's what that's about. But the revenue sharing is just the people putting money in the collective. Alums paying, putting money down on certain stuff. Them putting, paying your booster fees, the season tickets, all that kind of stuff. All that stuff goes into a collective, and then you pay out kids out of that how you want. I don't know how that. Now again, I don't know how that is handled like that. But there's two different things.
Got you. So, is there one thing that you wish every parent or player understood before signing the NIL deal?
I wish they would read the fine print, make sure that they're not getting suckered into something, make sure that uh, they're getting the majority of the money, because that's the biggest thing. Could be doing all this hard work and doing all of this, and they could be making the money, but getting the majority of the money, and that's not helping you if they're getting the majority of the money. That's not
What's the
helping you if
advice
they're
you would?
getting the majority of the money.
Got you, got you. When we think about, I want to go back to the transfer portal real quick. Is there advice that you would give to a kid considering getting in the transfer portal for the first time?
Make sure that you know what you're doing. Make sure that you have a home that is people interested in you. Don't just get in there because I didn't play this year, or I'm third on the depth chart. Just go out and work harder. Don't just leave because it's so many kids go out there in that transfer portal and they get stuck because they don't have a home. They just leaving because they don't like the situation. They think they should be playing. Make sure you talk to your coach. Players, make sure you talk to your coaches. Make sure you leave that program in good standing. Because little do y'all know, those coaches talk to one another. The coaching world is a fraternity. So if you believe that these coaches ain't talking to other coaches and trying, unless they just dislike each other, which they may like they dislike each other, but even if I dislike you, I'm gonna call you to try to find out something because this affects them in their livelihood as well.
Mm-hmm.
But talk to your coaches. Make sure you have
Uh-oh. Coach, did we lose you again? We lost Coach audio again.
hello. No,
Okay, yeah, there
I
you go.
think that was, oh yeah, my phone was ringing.
Oh, you all good. You all good.
But talk to your coaches. Make sure you have a full fledged conversation with them. Make sure you understand. Uh, and you got to have a good recovery. The reason you don't talk to your coaches is because you don't have a good reason for leaving.
Mm.
That's the only reason you could not want to sit down and talk to your football coaches because you don't have a good reason for leaving. It's some BS reason why you leaving. And so
So, I
make sure
mean, it is needing more money a real reason to sit down and talk to your coach about it?
if if it came from the boosters and it didn't come from the school. Because what happens is sometimes these boosters give out the money because if you're a millionaire, it ain't nothing but a tax write off.
Mm-hmm.
And so now like I told you, I done went and accumulated these bills. And what happens is a lot of them the kids they get shamed, and that's why they don't want to talk to the coach. Some of these coaches will still help you, but you so shamed and too prideful to go and say, "Hey, coach, I made a mistake. I shouldn't have did it like this, but such and such gave me this, and I bought this, and now we got a bill, and we got this, and we got that." So, I mean, yes, if that's the reason, I know it's a tough. This is the biggest thing. Everybody is comfortable, is not comfortable being uncomfortable, and you got to have uncomfortable conversations when you're talking about hitting the portal. They're gonna be uncomfortable conversations. And that's what I think that's the biggest thing that we have to get used to is that they're
Mm-hmm.
going to be uncomfortable conversations. But
Mm.
yes, you got
Okay.
to have a if you haven't got that relationship with your coach, and I'm not saying it's got to be the head coach. I'm talking about because most of the time you spend your time with your position coach. You should be able to sit down with your position coach and say, "Hey, coach, I'm thinking about hitting the transfer portal, and here are my reasons why."
Mm.
Then
Gotcha.
he can talk to
Gotcha.
the head. If the head coach wants to talk to you, then you and the head coach can talk. But you have sat down and sitting down, and you have reasons for why you're leaving. If you just leaving because I ain't playing or because I feel like I should be playing, that ain't gonna work.
So, this is a pretty complicated space, right? That the kids and parents are moving into operating in, right? As they move into college. Do you think high school programs are doing enough to prep these kids for the business side of college sports? or what should they be, or what could they be doing? I think Coach muted. I see y'all saying, yeah, run them likes up on both platforms for me while we wait on
Uh,
Coach Dre to come back. Here we go.
you know, heard what you said. Most of these high schools, they don't have the money to do that or to be equipped to do that. Now, if you look like in Texas, when kids come
Hmm.
out of Texas, they should be equipped. They have the money, they have the resources, but a lot of schools don't have the resources for that. And so, what you have to do is you have as a head football coach, you have to learn it and try to teach it the best way you know how. The same way how you getting these young men prepared to go play football at the next level, you got to do that now with the business side of it. Because now, like in states like Florida, Georgia, I think Texas and California, they have NIL in high school.
Hmm.
So it's NIL in high school right now in certain states. So it's starting in high school. So yes, a lot of high school coaches are going to have to learn real fast how to keep up with this NIL and stuff like that. But it's more about the kids, helping the kids more than anything, because now the kids can go out, get shirts made with their face on it, and this, that, and the third, and make themselves a brand. So some of these kids are gonna come into school already knowing or think they know it, but they really don't know. So you're never too old to learn something. But again, we gotta we gotta make it about more than just money. Because if it's just about the money, we gonna run into a lot of problems.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. So, I mean, you said it's kind of like the Wild Wild West. Do you see the NCAA being able to do anything to kind of regain control, or does it just go from here? You
I think the NCAA is gonna be gone in a few years. These bigger
know?
conferences are gonna come around and they gonna make some mega conferences, and they gonna go get a commissioner, and they gonna they gonna try to put a handle on this NIL stuff themselves. So it's going to get handled. It's going to get put into a microscope scope, but I just don't think it's going to get done by the NCAA. I think that, like I say, that these bigger conferences, the SEC, the Big Ten, uh, the ACC, and probably the Big 12, they're probably going to try to form some kind of mega thing going on, and they're going to govern themselves. And once they start governing themselves, they won't have to answer to the NCAA, because the NCAA has every opportunity right now to try to put a hold on it, and they're not. They're not trying to put any kind of boundaries or set any kind of rules. So I just think the NCAA will be going within the next 4 to 5 years.
Oh wow. Okay. So, do you think, does that mean that we head into a space where you think we're gonna see like contracts and negotiations, basically like pro sports, where
I
where
think
these kids are sitting out with these schools?
I think that they again, I think somebody gonna take over before it gets that way, because once you start getting contracts, kids aren't gonna want to go to class. Kids gonna feel like they're
Mm.
professional athletes, and they're not gonna want to go to school. And that's the biggest thing I think we lose sight of. The reason why you're going to college is to get the degree. Not, I understand you want to play football, but the biggest thing is that you leave here with a degree. And if you start negotiating contracts, you're gonna see some kids say, "Hey, I don't want to go to class. I don't want to have to go to
Wow.
class.
I don't even want to go to class.
I don't want
So,
to go because you paying me to come here to play football. You're not paying me because that's what you're paying me to do. You paying me to do a job. When you start talking about contract, you talking about a job. You paying me to come do a job. I don't want to do that other stuff.
I
That's
got a question.
Go ahead.
Got a question for the chat for you. Do you think families are putting pressure on these kids to make decisions that will financially help the family, but not fully develops the kid both mentally and professionally?
All the time. That's why a lot of kids go to the wrong school. You could be I've heard instances where it's kids sitting there with a school, and the school knows that the kid wants to go somewhere else. But they look at the way the kid is living, or look at where he's living, And he calls that mom outside and say, "Hey, listen, I can make a lot of these troubles go away. You ain't got a car. We can get you a car tomorrow. We can get you in a better house tomorrow. But you just gotta ensure us that you don't sign this national letter of intent."
I
And
guess I guess where
okay, sir.
I guess where I'm missing it at,
And
coach,
that's
is
what
this right
happened.
here.
So now the
This where I'm missing it though, coach. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. You done waited all this time. You went through Pop Warner, uh high school ball. You 2, 3, 4 years from the big money. Why sell out? Why sell out now? What is the why the instant gratification right now? Why not take the little bit of money that they offering at maybe a better program to be a better player that lasts longer at the next level to make the big money? I don't understand. I'm missing the thinking. I'm missing. That's the piece.
you
That's the
say
piece I'm
Miss
missing.
thinking I want to put on for the gram and I want to have the big chains and I want because everybody is so caught up in the image, what it looked like, and not what it really is. So I want to be able to
Hmm.
put on like everybody else. I tell people, if you go back and you watch Rob, I've told this story on more than one occasion. If one school would have walked into my house and another school would have walked into my house, both of them offering money, but this other school is saying I'm gonna develop him as a young man. He gonna have morals. He gonna have character. He gonna do this, this, and this, and this. And that school was offering less money, and this other school was offering me to be a millionaire. My grandma and mother would have told that guy that was offering us to be millionaires, "Hey, I appreciate it, but we've been making it. We've been making just like you said. We've been making it all this time without you. We can get by. We can get by without you. We thank you. We appreciate it. Because all you did was come in
Yeah.
here and offer my grandson and me money. These other programs gonna offer my son and make my grandson a better person. And that's what I tell kids. That's what I tell parents. Anytime they talk with me, anytime anybody talk with me, that's why sometimes people don't like to hear what I got to say because I'm not gonna tell you to chase the money. I'm gonna tell you what do you feel comfortable at. What do you feel like you gonna grow at? Which coach is gonna pour into you? Which coach is gonna care about you physically and mentally and all of that stuff. And if that's not if that school that's offering you the most money ain't that school, well then you then again, but nobody wants to make those sacrifices. Nobody wants to make those sacrifices, and then like you say, you can't get mad at the kid when the parent pressuring them to make it. Hey, and so like I told you, like I was telling you, so now when the school leaves, the mama tell the she come in there and she cry and baby he said he can get us a new car tomorrow. Baby, I can have us a car tomorrow. We can get out the apartment. Hey, that way that kid go in that room, that thing weigh on him. He think about that thing. He call that coach up and say, "Hey, coach, as long as you gonna do everything you say you gonna do for me and my family, I'm coming."
Mm,
And that's how they.
mm, mm.
And then you get that kid there and you will be surprised at how many stories the kids call within a week, 2 weeks. They call their parents and be like, "This is the worst decision I ever made. I should have went somewhere else." But now, you know, what can you do?
Whew, listen, and listen. I'm so far removed from even being in a situation like this. But and I guess it has to be hard. But sometimes, man, these kids got to be empowered to say, "Hey, mama, we gonna do about 36 more months in the apartment. We gonna get on this bus about 36 more months because I want the
Just,
longevity
just,
of this thing."
you ain't gonna find many kids to tell their mama that mama been struggling. Mama ain't, we just they ain't finna do it, Chess. And I'm not gonna tell you that I'm mad at them, but I'm just telling you
No, I'm not.
that
I'm not mad at them, and I know
that
that's a hard conversation to have.
but I'm
But
telling
for
you, if
for the future of it all,
I don't watch my mama struggle, I don't watch my mama cry, I don't watch my mama, and but then the biggest thing is most of them young kids, if you really listen, talk to them, it might not always be about the parent. It's more about being better for their siblings. It really be
I
more
know.
about making it better for my brother and sister. My brother and
I
sister
get
ain't got
it.
what I went through. My brother and sister can have nicer stuff, my brother and sister can do this. I can be the one to help my brother and sister do this, this, and this. What I'm telling you is, I see that with my own kids. Like my son, my oldest son, he was good, but he didn't get to go to school. I got my like he is his brother's biggest fan. His brother needs something, he go get it. Hey, daddy, you ain't got to worry about it. I got it. I'm gonna go get it. I'm gonna take him here, daddy. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do that. So just I can only imagine if you would have gave him the opportunity to say, I could go get this and make it better for him. A lot of these
Mm-hmm.
kids, it really doesn't come down to the parents. Maybe the mamas, but it
But
really they got brothers and sisters. That
I,
is really the biggest thing.
I agree. I just feel like there's a way for us to generate some income, and I'm with Leo. It's about the access. It's deny access to the wealth creation because these white kids is out here getting brand deals and getting shoes and getting clothes and getting food and getting money from local deals, so that they can still go and get the best education and the best development possible to be able to play this game to be able to play the long game. Um,
But again,
I don't know.
most of them kids don't come from the apartment.
Oh yeah, no, I got you. They ain't coming from the apartment, but we need.
But
I guess what's missing for
gotta
me is
start.
these kids need to understand their worth.
Yeah, they definitely got to understand their worth. They definitely got to understand their worth. Understand that. But again, I'm telling you right now, Chess, a lot of these kids just trying to get to college now. They ain't even looking to the pros. I just need to get to college. Cause what you saying is we talked about a kid from Tennessee. You saying that this kid gonna make $4 million the next 2 years, the next 3 years that he in school.
Mm-hmm.
That's 16 million.
I
Now
got it.
they're not even thinking about, oh, I can get to the NFL. Hey, man, can I just get to college and get some of this money? But again, everybody not. But again, people quit. Parents quitting jobs. People move. You get this kid, and so they can be close to the money. If a kid go far away from home, a lot of them people they take their parents with them.
Oh, I get it. No, I get it. I get it. Whole family come. Everybody
Not
come. Everybody
everybody
come.
right. Everybody depending on whatever check I'm getting every month or whatever. All of so it's a lot to it. But again, I want y'all to understand this been going on. It's just
Mm-hmm.
now it's out in the open and out in the public. But it's been the yellow envelope's been given out long time ago. This
I
ain't
got you.
just out. It's just now it's out in the open. It's more public and now it's more flamboyant. And now it's like I say, it's just like the pretty girl. Everybody want to date the pretty girl. Don't nobody
Oh,
want to. Don't nobody want to date the girl that got potential.
mm, not the
But with
fixer
that
upper.
again, like I heard somebody say it like this: the BBL girl and the girl that's natural. Cause see, yeah, you want the BBL girl right now, but later on in life you're gonna want this girl that's got this natural. So
Oh
it
man, it always come down to that. That BBL
it
is start to deflate and get off
it,
balance and everything. You got to keep that
start
thing
to
up,
got
re
you got
BBL
to
it
keep
and everything.
it again. You got to keep up the maintenance on it, right? You got to
Yes,
keep
you do.
got
Got to keep that maintenance up.
you
Got to
got to
keep
keep
it. Got to
this
keep
up.
it BBLing, baby.
So you get what I'm saying, and like I say, and that's no knock on anybody that does that because of. I just want women that do it because they doing it for them, not for nobody else. If you're doing it just for your sake and because that makes you feel beautiful, Coach Dre all with that. But if you're doing it for some man or for don't no, because that
It
ain't
ain't worth
again,
it.
it ain't worth it because again later on in life if the BBL ain't BBL and now this one over here doing this is so it's the same thing with colleges. Some of y'all
Yep.
you take
They gonna
money,
always want the. They gonna always want the new model. They gonna always
you
want the newest model, baby.
you chasing the money, but it's potential over here for you to make more money. Charles Barkley said
Absolutely.
when he signed with Nike, said Michael Jordan told him, don't sign that deal with all that money. Sign it where you can get revenue, where you can get stocks and bonds into it. And he said that that made way more money than he would have made if he'd have just signed it for the money and the normal contract. You see what I'm saying? So we just gotta be smarter with what we're doing and understand our worth. Like everybody's saying in the chat, we just want people. I want these young men and these parents to understand that their kids are worth it. Every kid is worth it. Because again, I'm not out here in the heart. I'm not out here. And then this is my thing. You want these kids to do all this work, but then you giving them the shortcuts. Like I tell my son all the time, hey, you got to get up at 5 o'clock in the morning. I ain't gonna be coming here waking you up every morning. You gonna have to get your. I don't have to. Hey, Dad, it's time for us to go. Hey, blah blah blah. Because you can't let them get comfortable with you being there because one day you're not gonna be there. And like I tell you, character is what you do when I'm not around. Character is not what you do
Absolutely.
when I'm around. I know what you're gonna do when I'm standing over you. What are you gonna do when I'm not around? What are you gonna do when I do send you off to school? Have I equipped you? Have I prepared you for not being with me? Can you cook for yourself? Can you wash your own clothes? Can you do this and this and that? Same thing like Coach Prime tell them all the time. Hey, we taking care of what right now in college. We taking care of all your bills. So
Mm-hmm.
we feeding you. We doing all this stuff. So what you gonna do when it ain't on us no more? It's all on you. And that's what I say when I say you giving kids the transfer portal. Sometimes just give these kids a way out, and that's not gonna be the way of life. Life ain't gonna always give you the way out. You're gonna have to stand in it. You're gonna have to find a way to you're gonna have to stand on it. I tell people all the time, everybody loves the rainbow. But before that rainbow, it had to be some rain.
Absolutely. Coach, talk the trickle down effect of NIL to high school right now. That's the message I got from Rob right here.
Uh like I say, it's just becoming the wild, wild west. So now the bigger high schools, the high school with the nicer locker rooms and the best things, giving out the best meals, and they got the better schools. Now you see kids transferring to those schools.
Absolutely.
We had a
Absolutely.
whole we had a whole kid from Gainesville, Florida, transfer to a school all the way in Southern California. Because of the simple fact is, it's a better school. He feels he gonna get seen better and more opportunity for him to make NIL money.
Chasing the bag, securing the bag. And listen, I don't knock no kids securing the bag. I just want to make sure that they doing the best thing for their long term career. Coach, before we get ready to get out of here, if you could make I guess a recruiting survival kit, what would be in it for parents?
The biggest thing is don't let nobody don't lose your voice. So I would give them a microphone so they can understand that they have the loudest voice in that room. Especially if that kid is under 18. They have the loudest voice in that room. Because that kid cannot sign that letter of intent without their parents' name on it.
Okay.
Patience. I will put patience in there because you're gonna have to have patience. Uh, I'm gonna give you a map because you're gonna need guidance. You're gonna need guidance, and I want you to have understanding of what this process and and I will give you binoculars because I want.
Oh, we lost coach. We lost coach. I hope he pop back up and finish the survival kit real quick.
You can see
There we go.
down the road. You can see it coming. I tell people all the time. I tell my kids all the time, man, hold your head up so you can see the blessings coming. I don't want you to have your head down because sometimes when you got your head down, you can't see it coming. You can't see the blessing coming your way. It'll come right past you and you'll never know it. So that's the same thing.
I think we lost audio again on Coach Dre. Parents need to keep their hands on the situation with their children. I agree.
If
Yeah,
some
I
of
don't.
y'all would have some heart, or some of y'all would.
Oh, we lost coach. We lost coach again. We'll see if we get him back real quick to finish that up. But I was getting ready to wrap anyway, y'all. I appreciate y'all pulling up. Make sure that y'all done ran the likes up on both platforms. I appreciate Coach Dre pulling up and hanging out with us here from RobDaManMedia. Make sure y'all follow on both platforms. I'm not getting Coach back this time. So y'all run them likes up, on both platforms. We definitely try to get Coach Dre back again to do some more talking. I love being able to have these type of conversations, especially on NIL, and the topics around just the revenue growth. Back at 2 o'clock for political for Poly Sports T with Political Lil at 2. Uh, I will see y'all then. Until next time. Wait, Coach Dre is back. Let's see if we can finish the survival kit real quick. There you go.
Hello?
Yep, Coach, you back?
Yeah. I'm in a bad spot. It's terrible.
It's all good. Go ahead and finish up. We didn't get to hear the end of the survival kit. I was getting ready to rap anyway, but if you wanted to give us the end of the survival kit,
Oh, yeah.
we was trying to
Like
hear the
I
rest of it.
say, and like I say, give them toughness. I want them because it's gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough. But and again, it takes a village to raise a child. So you need to get you a great village. But again, you need to get people that's there for the benefit of you and your child, not for what you and your child can give to them because you think it's you finna get some financial benefits from it. So that would be what I would give them.
Got it. Got it. I love it. Coach, appreciate you pulling up and rocking with me today, sharing these jewels. Definitely will have you back to continue this conversation. I know y'all we was talking football, but this applies across all the college sports, y'all. This revenue sharing, this NIL, uh these collectives, we finding these challenges in all parts of college sports. So appreciate y'all pulling up and rocking with us today. Make sure y'all hit the subscribe button on both platforms. Run the likes up. Coach Dre, when are you back again live on RobDaManMedia channel? When can we catch you again?
Probably we'll probably be live probably tomorrow, and then y'all can catch me every Sunday on B Watch, Sports Talks with B Watch. But me and bro be back in heavy rotation usually on Monday, Wednesday, Friday.
All right, y'all heard it here. We appreciate y'all. Until next time, y'all stay tuned. Talk soon. Run them likes up, y'all. We out.